Just before we get into this video, lads, I wanted to take a moment to honour the legacies of both Diogo Jota and his brother Andre Silva, who both tragically passed away last week after a car crash in Spain. It's still very difficult to find the words about how heartbreaking this is. Two young men in the prime of their footballing careers, in the prime of their lives, more importantly, both leaving behind young families as well. It's just the most heartbreaking thing possible. My thoughts, prayers and best wishes go out to the loved ones of both Diogo Jota and Andre Silva. Last week it just didn't feel right to come on here and make content. It just really didn't. And I'll be honest with you, a week later it still doesn't really feel right, but I felt like I couldn't come on here and not speak about them. I think they both deserve to be remembered. All credit to Liverpool Football Club for how they've dealt with the aftermath of the deaths. The number 20 shirt is being retired from the club, which I think is a beautiful gesture. And the way they worded it by saying it's been immortalised, which I think is a much better word actually than retiring the shirt. Listen, we all support different teams. We all have our club loyalties. But to see the footballing world come together the way it has over the last week is really the only positive in what is a truly just horrifically negative situation. There really is no natural segue into the, next part of the video, or the, beginning of the video, for lack of a better term. There really isn't, but I just wanted to take this moment to pay tribute to both Diogo and Andre Silva. Rest in peace to them both. And as I said, best wishes to their loved ones, who I just honestly can only imagine what they're going through right now. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Straight Outta Cloyne YouTube channel. I'm very excited to be announcing this new series that I can confirm will be exclusively done live on the channel. We will be live streaming this career mode every Saturday in the lead up to FC 26. I'm really excited about it, and without further ado, allow me to go over the concept of this career mode. So lads, we have just done 3 very successful career modes in FC 25. I honestly cannot thank you all enough for the support that you have all given me on each of the series. Celtic, Manchester United and Club de Foot Montreal. There were 3 series that this time last year were all just ideas I had in my head, and now they've all been finished. They were all successful. We won the Champions League in each and every one of them. And this series here is going to be like a bit of a love letter to those 3 career modes. But not only those career modes, also a bit of a love letter to the FC 24 career mode that we did as well. Because lads, the team we will be doing this career mode with is Oxford United. Now, there's something that a few of you might be wondering right now. Joseph, I thought you said that you weren't going to do the same team in back-to-back games for career modes. And you are right. But here's the thing. I have not taken over the normal Oxford United squad. I have made a dream team, shall we say, of players that we used in both FC 25 and also some players from FC 24. This is a hybrid team of the 3 series that we did this year, and the only players we are allowed to sign in this series are players that we used in either the Celtic, Manchester United or Montreal career modes. So this is the team I've decided to start with. Sami Zayn between the sticks. What a player he was in the Montreal series. We got him up to a 95 rating when that career mode finished. Absolutely insane. Insane. Do you get it? Because his last name is Zayn. I'll see myself out. But anyways, I have decided to go with him between the sticks. It was a tough one between Sami Zayn and Unai Simon because both of them were absolutely extraordinary. But I decided to go with Sami Zayn purely because of the rating that he got to. Annoyingly though, when it came to Sami Zayn and the other 2 Easter egg players that we have in this squad, as you can see, I had to recreate all of them. Very annoyingly, when you create a player in FIFA, or FC, whatever the hell you want to call it, as soon as there is a squad update, it deletes the created players, which is very frustrating. So I did have to create Sami Zayn, Phil Brooks and GSP again, but listen, it didn't take me too long. I think I got them fairly close to what they look like in the series that we did with them. So yeah, hopefully hopefully you can forgive me for that. But Sami Zayn is the man who I decided to go with between the sticks. We then have a Celtic duo here with Alistair Johnston and Phil Brooks. I've decided to give Phil Brooks the captain's armband as well. He was the first captain to lift the Champions League trophy in this career mode, albeit an invisible one, which was really, really frustrating. But whatever. He was the first Champions League winning captain on the channel this year, so I felt like there was nobody more suitable to wear that captain's armband other than him. And Alistair Johnston, what a player he was. One of my favourite players I've used all year. Even though he's actually lower rated than his backup on the bench, I just felt like he was the one who needed to start. So I'm very, very happy to be using these two here again. Lisandro Martinez and Theo Hernandez here at the back. We, of course, used both of them in the Manchester United series. And also, we did actually sign Lisandro Martinez in the Oxford United career mode last year too. So a nice little callback to that series also. Hernandez was somebody we only used for the final few months of the Manchester United career mode. I was tempted to go with Alphonso Davies, but I think overall I enjoyed using Hernandez more, so that's who we decided to go with. I'm really, really happy with this trio in the midfield. Hjulmand, GSP and Kukçu, three fantastic players from the Manchester United, Montreal and Celtic career modes respectively. I'm very excited to see how these three link up. Hjulmand will be kind of the more defensive one, Kukçu will be kind of the box-to-box player, and GSP will be that number 10. He was absolutely electric in the Montreal career mode, especially in the latter seasons. Ironically, his worst season was actually in the second division. He kind of came into his own more after we got promoted, so very excited to have him back in the squad again. Cole Palmer, the man who scored both goals in the Champions League final in the Manchester United career mode, he is out on the right hand side. Dazen Maeda, one of my favourite players I've ever used in any career mode, back out on the left hand side. Great player in the Celtic career mode, also did really well in the United career mode when we brought him over to Old Trafford. And Adam Ida is the striker I've decided to go with. As you can see, lads, I've tried to go with a bit of a balanced team. The two kind of standout players are, of course, Cole Palmer and Theo Hernandez. But overall, I think it is a nicely well-balanced team. This should still be a challenging first season here with this squad. On the bench, we have a couple of Montreal players here. Esteban Lepal. I really feel like if we ever did a Channel Hall of Fame, he would be one of the first inductees. He was such a fun player to use. He may be a backup here for now, but I'm really, really excited about using him again. When it came to attacking midfielders, it was a little bit difficult because in the Celtic career mode, we didn't play with a number 10. In the Manchester United career mode, Bruno played the majority of games. And Bruno was fantastic, and I'm not saying that we won't sign him in this career mode, but as I say, I wanted to go with a balanced team. I didn't want to put too many superstars in from the get-go. So I decided to go with GSP from the start and Le Marchal as the backup. Of course, both players there from Montreal, as well as Esteban Lepal from the Montreal series, I mean. Then we have Tyler Goodrum here as a backup winger. Now, this was a mistake on my part. Technically, Tyler Goodrum does count for this series because obviously we used him in the Oxford career mode and we actually used him in FC25 as well. We did also do an Ireland international career mode, which of course Tyler Goodrum was a part of. But I initially had actually put Francisco from the Celtic career mode in as a backup right winger. At least I thought I had. But when I loaded up the career mode, I was like, oh crap, I forgot to put him in the team. I was tempted to back out of it and start again, but I was like, you know what? We'll actually stick with this for now. Goodrum as the backup winger, and if we want to sign Francisco later down the line, we can do that. But for now, Goodrum is the backup winger, and you know what? I'm not complaining about that. One of the best players in the Oxford career mode, and I'm excited to use him here again. Kone, another Montreal player here as the backup centre midfielder. He can also play centre back as well, as we know, so quite a versatile player to have on the bench. Christensen, of course, the left back we used for the majority of the Celtic career mode. Scales was always a decent backup in that series too, so I was happy to welcome him back to the team here. Lenny Yoro we used in both the Manchester United and Montreal career modes, and Mazraoui. Again, I was tempted to go with Dalot, but I was like, I'm not going to play them as much as I'm going to play Alistair Johnston, so I decided to go with Mazraoui. Again, he can cover a few more positions. We could actually play him as a winger as well if we really needed to, and I wanted my right back on the bench to be somebody who I was happy to use as a backup, and I won't feel too guilty about not starting in every game. So that's why I went with Mazraoui. Kasper Schmeichel is the goalkeeper on the bench. I know he's one rating higher than Sami Zayn right now, but he's 37 years old. He's only going to go down, whereas Sami Zayn is only going to go up. And then I have a couple of reserve players here, Brannigan and Moore. We use both of these guys in the Oxford career mode, so I thought, you know what, let's keep them in the reserves. Again, this is not just a love letter to FC 25, it's also a bit of a love letter to FC 24 as well. And in this first season, I have put us into the Premier League. We are not playing any European football in the first season, but we will be playing in the Premier League. Now, I wasn't able to use live start points because, of course, with live start points, you can only use the real life squads at that time. You can't use custom squads. So we are back at the start of the 24-25 season. But as you can see here, I did put Sunderland into the league and also Leeds as well. What I did was I put the 3 newly promoted teams into a wheel of names, and I said whichever one is selected from that wheel of names, I won't promote to the Premier League. So Burnley were that team, so sorry to any Burnley fans out there, but hey, listen, you just signed Kyle Walker, so things aren't going too bad for you. But Sunderland and Leeds are here, but most importantly, Oxford United are here as well. So in terms of the length of this series, I would say I don't want to do any more than 3 seasons. And of course, the goal of this series would be to win the Premier League here. If we can do that in season 1, great. But at the very least, I want to be in the Champions League in season 2. And then in the final season of this career mode, what better way to go out in FC 25 with the hybrid team of the 3 teams that we used than to win a quadruple? Why not? Let's try and win the Premier League, the Champions League, the FA Cup, and also the League Cup. And you know what? Maybe even throw in the Community Shield and Super Cup for shits and giggles as well. That is what I want to do here. Again, this is a love letter series. Take a shot every time I say that. No, actually, don't do that. I don't want to promote alcohol poisoning on here. But I just think that would be a nice little fun way to go out with this series. So, tomorrow will be the first episode of this career mode. I'm going to start streaming around maybe 7 o'clock UK and Irish time. I think that's quite a decent time to start the stream. So actually, I've just realised now as well, this bloody Club World Cup, I'm not going to lie, lads, I keep bloody forgetting this Club World Cup is happening. Honestly. So let me just see. I honestly can't remember if there even is a game on tomorrow for the Club World Cup. Is there a game scheduled for Saturday the 12th? There isn't. Okay, great. I didn't want to clash with that. That literally just popped into my head right now. No, the final is on Sunday. Perfect. That's great. I've barely paid any attention to that tournament at all. Although there was, of course, that horrific injury to Jamal Musiala, so best wishes to him. But yeah, other than that, I really haven't paid much attention to it. But anyways, I'm rambling here. I do apologise. But lads, I am super excited for this series. So I'm probably not going to play every game in this series. Do expect me to kind of sim a few games because, lads, we are getting closer and closer to FC 26. Like, I can't actually believe how close we are to it. I mean, this time last year, Celtic, Manchester United and Montreal as career mode series were all just ideas I had in my head. I hadn't even announced them this time last year. And here we are now, they're all finished, and we're doing this, as I said earlier, love letter series to those career mode series. But I'm very, very excited about it. And also, lads, the end of August, I will be announcing my 3 FC 26 career mode teams. So ideally, I want this series to run up until at least then. And then, just like we did last year, I will be doing a reveal video for each of those 3 teams. If you are excited about this series, lads, and the upcoming FC 26 series, please do hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. At the time of recording, we are only 5 subscribers away from 600. I would love to hit that milestone before FC 26 comes out. So if you are enjoying the content, and if you did enjoy the content in FC 25, please do consider hitting that subscribe button. And I will see you all tomorrow for the start of this new series. Have a good one, and take care.